Right in the middle of this Pacific Rim you find the Taiwan Strait. It's something like the heart of this region. This is one of the stages. It could be what we call an incubator. An incubator to test out how can we handle the issues of climate change, how can we see the pressure, how can we test the toolbox, what kind of stakeholders do we get that can come together and tell the story and make the story into a project.
无外乎以下几个方面，就大陆和台湾之间所有的历史渊源、自然相存以及气候本身的变化共存的一个共同的问题。
Since the year 2006, I had the opportunity to lead a number of groups of graduate students to participate in the study of Taiwan Strait Atlas. We explored many urban issues through the methodology of urban gallery and gradually focus on the impacts of climate change.
The core, you could say the soul of core, has always been discovery. Discovery came through experimentation and innovation and asking questions, what if it's possible to create large-scale regions like that, and to look at the necessary forms of cooperation to create a community. This is the stage of the Taiwan Strait Smart Region project. We're trying to create a manual for this region. First, we wanted to make an atlas of the area which nobody has done so far. Second, we turned the atlas into a manual in which each of the dots that you see here can become an engineering project, a community effort, an urban project, a series of small things that happen everywhere, each of which contribute to the overall CO2 emissions of this stage.
So we see this region as kind of multiple forces happening and accelerating in the regions. And we try to use those different forces as a design tool and try to, through these speeds of acceleration, and to hinge those forces we think is critical to shape and change the territory.
In the Atlas, we're trying to map the dynamics of change and how different people or different actors actually work within this territory, and how to manage all these different claims on the territory is through the urban gallery.
We broke it down into frames of very varying scale, so some of them would take up the entire southern edge of the Xiamen Island, and some of them would be almost pinpoints of buildings, literally looking at university campuses or areas of regeneration. And they would be characterized in a simple graphic manner, looking at what the object is, what it refers to. And then once we picked out this frame, we would then begin to study it. And study it in terms of, in quite significant detail, who were the players in this frame, what the characteristics were, and how that affected what would happen in this future, what the projects and how the urban gallery would play out over this region. So for example, you might exist as a project within one frame here, but coincidentally you're dealing with stakeholders that are actually working in a multitude of frames. It could be the same stakeholder working in another part of the city, or even in another part of the Taiwan Strait. And this same stakeholder maybe has a connection to a business. Maybe this business is dealing with a type of technology that he's using in this site, which would actually benefit you in your original site.
It's not just an atlas for the Taiwan Strait itself, but what it represents is this paradigm of collaboration and cooperation between different sets of actors within a region. This atlas would be very applicable to other regions too.
So we invite you to come on board of a community that will create the content, finish the content of the manual, and also publish it in 3 languages and make it available to as many people as possible.